All right, so we've now begun our new student orientation. The first question we tell every student is, are you ready? As a group, are we ready? Answer is yes after today's presentation. Let's move forward with our next slide. And feel free to ask questions in the GoToMeeting chat box. Ready, set, go. In the Ready section, we began our orientation with a tutorial reviewing the student portal, the Learn Center, the course room, and the e-textbook. In the Set section, we'll be discussing technology requirements, identifying a study space, and registration. In the Go section, we'll be talking about attendance, the intelligent partnership, assistance and support, study partners, and an ID card. Let's talk about logging in. So for some of you, you've already begun logging into the student portal. If you have been enrolled officially into CIU, then you already have a student portal account officially active. And if you create an application, which all of you have as an enrollment, as an enrolled student, you're using the password we created during the application process. It will remain the same as well during your tenure here at California College University. Your username is actually the first letter of your first name followed by the first two letters of your last name. Your password was created by you when you first applied. It's the same login credentials as well when you apply. Now, what you're seeing here on the screen is a copy of the login screen. And if you do forget your password, the best way to achieve that is forgot your password. Select it here. You can email at helpdesk@caluniversity.edu or contact your advisor for a password reset. Let's now go to our tutorial today. All right, this is what the login screen looks like for the student portal. For our demo today, I've had a demo student portal, and I've already inputted a username and password. And I click login. Okay, it should take a couple minutes, a couple seconds. Whoops, sorry about that. Okay, so now we're in the student portal. The live student portal, so you see it has a date and also all the icons required to get started. So let's get started with the student with academics. And just to kind of give an idea what to expect, this student portal goes live even before you get started. So you can access this administrative website, your administrative website, before you get started once you're officially enrolled. So if you click academics, you will see your degree audit, your schedule, a GPA calculator, and your grades in proctored exam section. You have your profile here, you have your calendar, you can change your password, a message center, and information. Finances, you can view your account information, make a payment online, payment information, and view your 1090-18. Documents, external links, forms, and go to Learn Center. This is the student portal. This is not yet where you go to school. I want to go to school, I guess you could say, or go to your classes. This is separate than where your classes are located. This is where you find all your official information that reflects your transcript and so forth. But if you want to go to the Learn Center, you select Go to Learn Center and the icon to the right or in the left. And the Learn Center is where you would go access your coursework. That goes live officially for you. This icon is not accessible until the first day of class, November 6th. So you see here, prompts you one more time to go to the Learn Center and ask you one question. Well, actually, it indicates one notification. It says, please disable pop-up blockers or add the caluniversity.edu domain as a trusted site. Please refer to your web browser's user guide for assistance in disabling pop-up blockers. It's very important. So you're going to access the Learn Center for the very first time on your computer. So it's very important that you do ensure to disable your pop-up blockers as well. Most browsers, with the ones that are compatible here, for example, will ask you to disable your pop-up blockers. It'll ask you that, or it'll ask you to add that website. Ensure to do that. The answer is yes. You want to disable that and add it as a trusted site. You continue to log in. If you have a question, so I'm sorry. Let's see here. Tabitha asked, is someone talking as we go through the slides? So I'm going to unmute everybody for a second. Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
This is Latanya. Yes. You.
Tanya, can you hear me? Okay. Yes. If you're muted, it's only on your end. As well. Tabitha, can you hear me? So please ensure, well, I'm no point in saying it if you can't hear me, but I'm going to send a message to Tabitha to ensure that she can hear me. Okay. So I'll continue on as well. So I apologize for that, but I want to make sure everybody can hear me. Okay, so that is the Learn Center. Okay, so once again, if you can't hear, we will be providing everybody a recording. So before I move forward. Okay, so Tabitha indicates it just says connecting to audio. So if you have a not very, you have a slow internet connection, that may be the reason why, but that's where we have the other option if you would like to dial in. Okay. So once you log in and have access to the Learn Center, your Learn Center will look like this. In a separate window, we have this available. So this is the Learn Center itself. You can see here it's the live Learn Center. It's currently about 2:45 Pacific time. And you scroll down as well, you see the university news, course information listed here. This is the Learn Center. This is where you're going to go to class. This is where you're going to upload assignments and communicate with your instructors and fellow students. So this is accessible on the first day of class. So for today, since we have both bachelor's and doctorate students, I'm going to go over both courses, which have very similar course outline. I'm going to begin with ACE 100. ACE 100 is actually the first course in the bachelor's degree program. As I scroll down, I have here orientation highlights, the syllabus, instructor information, course announcements, general forum, Grammarly, which is actually a plagiarism detection app. And then first in Unit 1 is the first assignment, student biography. So I scrolled all the way down to student biography. And the reason is that the student biography will be your first assignment as a CIU student in every course. This is available for every course from bachelor's to doctorate. So I'm going to click student bio, and I'll get the instructions again up here in the second screen. So the biography assignment directions indicate that students must complete a biographical statement and post no later than Monday at 11:09 Pacific time. So before the end of your first day, you post your bio. You would tell your story by posting a biography of no more than 3 paragraphs, addressing key professional experiences, academic experiences, awards and honors, your motivations, your goals, how this course and program will assist you in your career, and any other interesting facts about yourself. So that is your bio. That is the first action to complete your attendance here at CIU as a new student and every term. So the way I would post my bio was, first of all, you want to select add a new discussion. And when I clicked that, you saw a different box pop up. You can then select, let's say, first, you have, let's say, my name. I'll put my name on here. And then type in your post, or you can choose a file. You want to type it in here as well. Or you can also copy paste your bio. Some students prefer to prepare their bio beforehand. And once they do that, it's excellent. You know, they can just put it in there on the first day of class. And whatever you choose to do, type it in, copy paste, choose a file. You would then press submit, and you have your bio posted along with your fellow classmates. So that is how you post your bio. That's the first assignment in every course here at CIU. And you earn credit just for participating in completing your bio on the first day of class. I'm selecting back and going back to the first course as well, the homepage of the first course. Scroll back up really quickly. I'm going to scroll down again. You go to the syllabus. So once you complete your bio, you want to ensure that you review the syllabus. So you have ACE 100, course syllabus, course information, course description, all the information that you need to pass the course successfully. You have grade course activities, percentages of each grade. It's very important to review that. Writing, grading, your weekly grading rubric for discussion questions and participation. And your course schedule. As you see here in Unit 1, Week 1, you have your bio, you review your lessons, your participation, you're completing units and exams. As you can see here, there are 6 weeks that scroll down. There are weekly assignments in 6 weeks in the syllabus. Every course at CIU is 6 weeks. So no matter what program you're in, you have weekly assignments broken down to 6-week units. And all your information will be listed in the syllabus. Instructor information is also listed in your course room. There's a welcome message from the instructor and the instructor policy. Ensure to communicate and follow up with your instructor if you have any questions regarding your course and assignments. And it's very important that before you submit an assignment that you review the instructor's policies. And of course, they have their modes of communication, email, phone number, if that is an option available under instructor information. Course announcements, general forum. Grammarly is actually a great writing enhancement platform. Some of you may have seen commercials about Grammarly on TV. It's developed by top scholars, a really helpful tool that you can embed into actually Microsoft Office and Word, actually. It really enhances your proofreading and plagiarism detection, and really important in utilizing that effectively once you have access to that as well. The user manual as well attached to Grammarly. So as I scroll down, I'm going to go back down to Unit 1. So Unit 1, based on the syllabus, is a lesson, a presentation, there's discussion questions, a practice exam, a Unit 1 exam, and a writing assignment. So this is actually the first week as well of assignments for your first course as an undergraduate student. There's also Unit 2. As you can see here, that these are from the current term, they're indicated by dates too, so you'll always know what week you're on as well. So that is a sample of an undergraduate course. And it's the same type of course, whatever emphasis you have. But now I'm going to go to GRC 600. Now GRC 600 is a doctorate level course. I understand today we have a few doctorate students joining us. And to let you know, the MBA course also has a very similar frame. And there's a couple differences as well that I want to point out in this course. So we have orientation highlights, again, announcements. The syllabus is listed here, just like in ACE 100, and the textbook. So this is different. And the graduate level courses, will have an ebook in their first class. And the e-textbook is available via VitalSource. So you're going to create an account with VitalSource, which is embedded with your student account here at CIU. There are no charges to create an account with VitalSource or accessing the ebook, actually. Each student throughout their course will have access to an electronic copy of their ebook throughout the entire term. You will create an account with VitalSearch by placing your email and indicating your information. Once you can create that application, you can review books offline on your mobile app and any desktop applications. For those familiar with ebooks as well, you can highlight as well and save your notes. You can print out certain pages as well. And of course, remember this is for the term. So if you elect to purchase the ebook, you can have it on your app for the entire program. It's up to the student as well if you choose to do so, but you will always have access to your ebook as well while you're a CIU student throughout the term. And the ebook as well is available at the start of your program on November 6th, and then throughout every term. Once a class starts, you have access to that ebook. Now, one note also I want to point out, I said earlier that as a graduate student, doctorate and MBA, there's an ebook in your course. And for the undergraduate, there isn't for the first class. You didn't see that in A100. But in your other courses, you will have ebooks as well. So just be aware of that as well. There are ebooks in all of our programs, all through VitalSource. Rubrics here as well for project milestone. That's a doctorate level assignment. We do have APA style templates. So the APA style stands for American Psychological Association. And this is actually a standard across many universities as well, and in terms of research papers. So this is, if you are a graduate student, many of you are familiar with the APA format. It's pretty standard that many have been familiar with to conduct research because you'll be working on a dissertation. And undergraduate students will learn more about that as well in their first course. But in our courses, we do have a template and many references. So a template looks like this. So this is an APA template as well. As you can see in this course, a running head, a title, your essay, and you have your name, university, course name, professor's name, and date. This is what a research APA paper looks like. And a sample of that. So when you write your first paper, like for example, there's references. Write your first paper, you want to use this template and abide by the APA format. So many of the assignments will include conducting research as well, especially at the graduate level. So it's very important to be familiar with the Grammarly tools and utilize, APA format and utilize Grammarly applications that we offer to our students. In the doctorate program, I'm now selecting Unit 1. You have a biography statement again, just like the other courses. You have a little bit different assignments. It says it includes videos, a voting activity, which counts as participation, discussion questions, project milestones, a little bit more writing assignments at the doctorate and MBA and graduate level. Great, so that is GRC 600. I'm now going to go over a few of our resources, beginning with the Student Resource Center. So what I'm doing now is going to Student Resources, and I'm selecting Student Resource Center in the drop-down menu. We have a community forum listed here, academic information, the student handbook, a book list. This is actually a book list of all textbooks in every course. So you can purchase a hardcover copy if you choose to do so, or research the type of book you'll be taking in a future course. Students can independently purchase a hardcover copy with the book information beforehand if you choose to do so as a CIU student. You can buy that independently if you like. APA information here. And then I want to bring your attention to actually we got a message here. Okay, let me adjust my microphone. I think we may have some little difficulties hearing. Okay. Okay, so I hope everyone can still hear me. All right, so what we have here is the plagiarism scanner, VeriCite. So VeriCite plagiarism scanner as well is a really great tool, actually a critical tool for conducting research as well. Okay. So what you have here is the VeriCite plagiarism scanner. And so this is where you'll be submitting assignments prior to submitting to your instructor as well. So this is very critical and adhering to the APA guidelines as well. And you have access to this VeriCite scanner. Kind of a similar application that some of you may be familiar with is Turnitin. And so like Turnitin, you'll be submitting your assignment to get a percentage of plagiarism samples here on screen. So you can do so by submitting an assignment by clicking submit an assignment, then dropping files listed here as well. And then you could press select submit. Okay, so VeriCite scanner is also utilized by your instructors and is adhered to as well. Now, what's very important is the percentage as well is very important. If a student has above 15%, they have not met the writing requirements, but not met above 15%. So these samples here are below 15%, so they're fine. But if you have a percentage that's over 15%, you will be recommended to edit your paper and make corrections. So it's very important. It's a very important writing guideline across the entire institution. So be familiar with APA format and how to utilize your VeriCite scanner. And by doing so, that will be addressed in your introductory courses. But there are video tutorials here as well. Scroll down to additional tools here. That is the Student Resource Center. I'm now going to go to a couple other great items. We have I just clicked Algebra and Math Tutoring. This is a new math lab, a new updated math lab we're launching this current term. And it's led by math tutor Dr. Hess, one of our deans. And you can request a review with Dr. Hess as well for any math tutoring services. Dr. Hess will reply to your request within 24 to 48 hours. That is the math lab. So you're probably wondering, is there a lot of math in the programs, tutoring services? And it really does vary. Undergraduate programs do have a bit more math courses. And at the doctorate and MBA level, maybe not as much as well. For example, some students do inquire about business statistics. That's a popular request in some math level graduate courses as well. Statistics, understandably so. The math lab can help you with that as well. We also do have a writing center. Clicking on Writing Center. The Writing Center, as you begin the program, you'll see probably more requests as well. Many students in the dissertation do go with the writing tutor to assist them with their research and writing format. So there's APA style guides, templates as well. Really great resources. And a forum here as well, led by Dr. Hess. And also, he's assisted by Dr. Sally Lazar. She has an appointment calendar and request reviews as well. All right. That is the Writing Center. Also available to students, and responses are provided, acknowledgments are provided of your request within 24 to 48 hours. All right. A couple more things we're going to review in the tutorial part today. I'm going to go over the online library. And the online library, you see here, has a variety of databases. So every CIU student has access to the online library, what we call LEARN, L-I-R-N. That stands for Library and Information Resources Network. So I clicked vendor review because I want to show you ProQuest. ProQuest is probably one of the more well-known popular tools in popular databases. If you get an assignment that says, ensure to get these paper with 3 resources from ProQuest. As you can see, ProQuest has a lot of options. Gale Cynegage also a lot of options. So when you're conducting a research assignment as well, you want to ensure to utilize these databases as well in the LEARN, L-I-R-N. Subject view. So if you want to, let's say subject view is another option, you want to go to business databases specifically as well. L-I-R-N actually has a training webinars as well. The highlighted dates are dates this month as well available once you have access to the L-I-R-N. And they have different they have different webinars throughout the entire year. You can see here there's some in November as well. And then lastly, we have technical support as well located. Let me actually go back there for a second and show you where it happens. So technical support is also located within the LEARN Center, the top of your screen. And this is available to students 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can always submit a ticket to the support center. Open up a new ticket. Be sure to put your email, your full name, phone number, help topic. You can even submit an issue if there's issues related to your accounts as well, supports or academics. Phone number, of course. Sorry, I just said that. And as well. So we want to be as detailed as possible when indicating a help desk ticket. We receive these, of course, throughout the week, not just on Monday through Friday, but during the weekend for any urgent matters. We do have the option of submitting a ticket. There's a 24-hour response time to the acknowledgement of your tickets. So, you know, if you encounter an issue, in particular a technical issue, you can submit in the LEARN. You can submit a help desk ticket. This link is also on our website as well. So you always have the opportunity to make a request for any help as well. As well. So that's, you know, in the evening as well. We want to try to submit one so that in the morning, if possible, you know, we can contact you if not earlier. So that is a live tutorial of the LEARN Center, the student portal, and courses. I want to go back to the PowerPoint. And before we get to our set section, we're now about midway, a little bit midway through our presentation today. I'm going to unmute everybody for any questions. Did we get anybody else who joined us? Thank you. I mean, right now we have Latanya, Tabitha, and Susan. Anybody else who did not hear their name, please introduce yourself now. All right, if not, I'm going to go ahead and continue with our presentation. Oh, I'm sorry, was there a question? Also, a reminder, if you're only dialed in, if you decide only to dial in for whichever reason, maybe you had some issues with the GoToMeeting app as well, please introduce yourself now, because I actually cannot see your name if you've only dialed in and listening. I want to ensure to be able to ask any questions and be aware of your presence. Right now I have 3 attendees, which is great. So let's move forward. All right, sorry about that. So technology required. We saw how much more information is in your Learning Center and portal, and how important it is to have access to everything available to you in your course. So it's very important that before November 6th, you have a reliable internet connection as well. You will have not have the worry of having, where do I get the internet? Where can I log in? Where can I have Wi-Fi? Ensure you have that plan of action as well before you get started. I'm sure you're familiar with your web browsers. Like, for example, we recommend Google Chrome. We utilize that browser here in the office. I'm sure you are familiar with these applications: Microsoft Word, Excel, and PowerPoint, Adobe Acrobat Reader, webcam, microphone, or external headset. Now, that is very important because some courses will have proctored exams, not your first course. In particular, comprehensive exams are part of the current doctorate undergraduate programs. So it's important that you do, soon, not in the first class, ensure you have a laptop or a desktop or some device that includes a webcam and a microphone as well. So something to plan as you start the program. And if you ever, of course, have any technical issues regarding any of these applications, you can contact our help desk as well. Identify a study space. Sometimes we forget. We have all the tools, we don't have a location in the area where we want to study. And it's so important in online learning. And so one thing that we recommend to students as well is ensure you gather ensure that you're in an area free of distractions with little or no background noise, the reliable power source, and preferably uncluttered. We want to be somewhere we can concentrate and be focused. And before November 6th, if you haven't done so already, find a place that works best for you and stick to it. So sometimes we're ready to get started, but we want to ensure we have a computer, an area where we have no noise, that you feel comfortable, but at the same time focused and have attention to your reading and assignments. That may change from different times during the week. That really is an important factor in being successful as an 100% online student. Course registration. So the more popular questions we get is, am I registered for a class, or how do I register? So our way registration works here is that there are 8 courses in a year, and each term is 6 weeks. That's in every program level. In a year, you would have taken 8 courses, and each class is 6 weeks. Now, it's very important that during the first week of the term, you will be able to adjust your schedule by adding and dropping a course. Please ensure to contact your student services advisor for any possible changes in your schedule before or during week 1. That's really important. The reason being is that within our policies, to make an update to your schedule, it must be done during week 1. After week 1, there are different impacts, and we want to address your needs. We want to make changes earlier rather than later. And some of those changes, we want a discussion. I want you to do that as early as possible. So if you foresee yourself having some concerns or issues logging in with your schedule, don't hesitate to contact us beforehand. We want to ensure that we have the best options for you and present that to you. And of course, that's within our policies and procedures. So I encourage you now, before we get started, before we move on to the next class, before we move on to your class, and review our catalog and be aware of everything about CIU, and in particular, your schedule, your policies, your program matrices. So we've included the catalog link here, and it's, of course, located on our website as well. Academic calendar. So for presentation today, I want to ensure you have access and you see what the academic calendar looks like on a screen. Highlighted at the bottom is actually term 8, November 6th, where you'll be getting started. It's the last term of 2017 for students. We have open enrollment every term. So the end date is November 17th. After we finish this class, in December, there's a term break as well for 2 weeks during the holidays. And then your next class begins January 1st. So this is a sample of the 2017 calendar as well. The 2018 calendar was also emailed to students most recently, so they have options available to that. Can make options and review their schedule accordingly. The 2018 calendar, again, was emailed as well. So if you have any questions regarding your schedule and calendars, please don't hesitate to contact us in student services. Before we go on to our final section, I'm going to go ahead and unmute everybody. And if there are any additional questions. All right, well, I'm going to move forward with our final slide. All right, we're going to go ahead and review attendance. All right, so participation and completion of your weekly units are required in your courses. So remember to submit your biography statement on the first day of class. Of course, there are other assignments once you do your bios you saw in the syllabus that must be done by the end of the week. Now, as new students, it's important to be aware that non-participation, if there's no submission of assignments or participation in the forums of any kind, you are canceled from the program. And your enrollment will be canceled. So it's not what you want to do. Of course, you want you to contact us so we can assist you during the first week of class. We'll be reaching out to you as well if you do not post your bio on Monday to offer our assistance as well. And one thing to be aware is that unit assignments are also due by Sunday, of each week by 11:55 Pacific time. A little bit of grace period there between 11:55 and midnight. One important critical word of advice is an online student that yes, the deadline is before midnight, but you want to ensure to begin submitting assignments throughout the week. You know, it's not all due at the end on Sunday, so you can submit things much earlier as well and move on to your next section. If you're submitting everything at 11:55, that can be very stressful and kind of possible issues. You're putting yourself at risk of submitting things late. So just be aware of that. Plan accordingly as well. And that goes with attendance, because if you do not attend after 14 consecutive days, that is a sign of course, you're falling behind and you're failing the class, but you also have risk of being withdrawn because our policy indicates students must attend weekly. And after 14 days, will be being withdrawn. So be aware of that. If you find yourself knowingly will be absent for a period of time, especially a week, contact your student advisor. If you can't log in, you can call us and text us and Skype us so we can find out what's going on and assist you as well. Especially if you can't log in for whichever reason, contact your student services advisor. Okay, now what you're seeing here on your screen is a new application that we'll be offering to CIU students. It's called Pocket Confidant, and Pocket Confidant and California College University, we've joined forces in a unique partnership to build actually boost student engagement and achievement. This great partnership, Pocket AI, is actually to put it bluntly, a virtual coaching tool. And so it's available to students, faculty, and staff. It's a virtual tool in which you can input actually questions and get feedback as well from this application as well. And it's not a requirement, but it's an option that it's an opportunity for students to review and reflect about themselves and use a great tool of support as an online student. This isn't new. The more information is forthcoming, but you'll be given access to this as you start the program amid the term as well. So look out for Pocket Confront, a great new and exciting tool that you'll be seeing more information about as you start the program. Assistance and support. So this is actually a great time to talk about asking for help. We are all here to help. We have a great team behind you starting here at CIUs. So one thing is important, as you saw in the tutorial, it's very important to contact your instructor via email or phone located in the instructor information form. The instructor will indicate the best way to reach them, and the best and primary ways by email as well, especially for immediate assistance. You can also submit a ticket to the tech support help desk, which you saw earlier. And if any other questions, advising, scheduling, program changes, and additional support, you can contact myself at Robert Hernandez. Again, I'm the advisor for students with last names last names starting with A through K. And also David Rodriguez. He's actually the advisor for students with last names L through Z. And lastly, also, we ask the support of our registrar's office, Gina Borelli. She's the transcript evaluator and assistant registrar. So if you have questions regarding transcripts as well in your schedule specifically, you can also contact Gina. Some of you may actually have evaluations right now from your upon enrollment for possible transfer credit. Some of you may also be maybe in communication with Gina regarding transcripts, official transcripts to complete your enrollment. So she'll be following up with you as well if that's not yet received during your first class. So it's important to be aware of Gina and contact the registrar's office as well regarding your schedule and transcripts. And of course, the reminder, we have our Writing Center and Math Lab. So don't forget, the Writing Center is a great resource to help develop confidence and your skills in writing. It's one-on-one. The Math Lab is also one-on-one. Great support tool. Study partner. So many of you have probably already told a family member, a coworker, as well, a best friend, a colleague, whoever, that you're going to school online. And so there are a lot of great benefits to going to school online, and we really look forward to providing quality online education to everybody. And some of the benefits include sharing ideas, accountability, it helps build confidence, especially if you're an online learner for the first time, additional support, gaining new perspectives, and learning new study skills. You're having somebody there with you if you prefer to do that. And so I can go on and on today about so many stories of graduations I've attended recently here at CIU that have a husband and wife who graduate together. We've had father and son at the same time join together. Many coworkers and good friends have joined together and find it so helpful as well. So we're still accepting applications for the current term, November 6th. Even students who start at different terms find themselves working together, even different programs at some point. So really a lot of great benefits to having a study partner with you going to school online as well. School ID. So as a CIU student, you're online, you still are eligible to get your ID card. You'll get it after your first class. And it's a really, it show your pride. There are a lot of, companies like movie theaters that have discounts because you are a full-time student as well. All we need is a picture with a white background, a professional picture. Email to us. You can email that to us now. After the first class, you have to mail that to you as well by our department. You can submit that to osa@caluniversity.edu. You can email it to any of us individually too. So we'll have that mailed to you, no charge, and get your ID, student ID. Well, that concludes our orientation. We went over each section, ready, set, and go. Hopefully you're ready to get started. I'm now going to unmute everybody. Are there any questions? Again, thank you with Tanya Susan and Tabitha for joining us today. Are there anybody else joining us that would like to introduce themselves? Don't be shy. All right. And thank you again. Thank you for your patience. I think we had a little bit of internet connectivity issues that may have impacted the GoToMeeting application and our audio briefly. I apologize for that as well. So I hope this was very helpful. You'll receive a copy of the PowerPoint, the survey, and our recording today. We have orientations as well on Thursday at 4:30 and Friday at 9 a.m. Pacific time. I'd like to join again. It was a pleasure speaking to all of you. Now, after review, I don't want to close our presentation yet. I want to ensure everybody has the opportunity to ask questions. Ian is not related to orientation. He's open forum. You can talk to me and discuss any questions. And you please use the chat box as well. I'll answer those live.
I have one question.
Sure.
Just because I was trying to fix my headset, so I didn't really hear what you said in the first slide in the ready one.
Sure, absolutely. So, I understand that. Is this Tabitha?
Yes.
Okay, Tabitha. I'll briefly go to the first part of our presentation. What I was talking about briefly was the login student portal, how to log in.
Okay.
And the tutorial was about 20 minutes, so I sorry we were able to hear certain portions of that, but we did talk about how to log in, how to access your Learn Center, and review the ebook as well. So you'll receive a copy of this. We'll have a breakdown of each section in the tutorial as well. So the first thing we want to do, and to all of you who are already enrolled, is to log in your student portal. You can do that today. And your login credentials were created during the application process as well. The first letter of your first name followed by the first two letters of your last name. And the password is the same as when you apply.
Okay.
So that recording tutorial will include it to everybody as well. Provide it to students by tomorrow. Are there any additional questions possible about the enrollment or about CIU? Okay, if not, I'm going to conclude for today. Thank you again for joining us. I'm really excited. Although I'm this advisor for students, the last names A through K. David and myself work together as a team, meeting all students' needs, so you can always contact any of us for assistance as well. And have a good evening. We'll be talking again very soon. Number 6 is coming up, and I hope to be very helpful. Take care, everybody, and have a great evening. Have a great day. Have a great week.
Thank you, you too.
You're welcome.
Yes, thank you. Goodbye.
Bye-bye. Take care. I am now signing off.